Welcome back to the STIMPYLAND commentary!
Yep, welcome back, folks. We're back for another episode of the STIMPYLAND commentaries. We got this amazing-looking bad drawing of Spyro with lens flare. It's pretty nice. You know?
Mm-hmm.
We're off on a good note. Just wanted to say, we are going to be answering viewer questions at the end of this episode, but
Hooray.
we gotta watch this video first. Is there something I wanted to say before we start this one? I don't know.
Probably.
Is there anything you want to say before we start this one?
I just wanted to let people know if you hear sniffing and coughing and yucky noises, it's because I'm a bit sick. So forgive me for that.
That's also why it did take... That's one of the
film
reasons
real
it took us a little bit to get this episode out. That's something I wanted to talk about, because it did take us a bit. Part of it because I was lazy. Well, first I had shit going on. Then I was lazy. And then I was gonna, and then you got sick, and I didn't want to bother you. I didn't want to be like, speak, child. I didn't want to do it, so I wanted to wait for you to get better.
Yeah,
This wasn't, he was like, so he wasn't like, Michael, I can't do it. This is too rough. Oh my god. You know?
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. You know, he was just, I could just tell he didn't want to. His face definitely didn't look good. Well, I didn't see it, but I presume that it looked kind of like this, like that, you know? So, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that
Jesus
sounded
Christ.
like, that was like a frog squashing fart. So, on that note.
Yo, guy.
Yo,
Anyone
guys,
loves squashing frogs?
Yeah. I like that has not changed, that my videos have not fucking, that I'm still doing fart jokes and stuff. Oh, if there's one thing
yeah.
I want to say as well, something I want to address, because people were asking in the comments, thoughts on Nitro Fueled. They just announced fucking this Grand Prix with these hideous fucking characters.
Oof.
It was the worst things I've ever seen. Like, I don't know why they put makeup on a baby. Some Nicholas Cole, the concept artist for... One of the concept artists for Reignited actually said, the character designer. He did the redesign of Spyro, I'm pretty sure. He said, why did they put makeup on a baby? And I agree. I'm inclined to agree with him. They also put microtransactions in the game. You know, in a game that costs $40. And is E-rated. That was cool, you know? Like, games
And they
not
said they
free.
weren't going to do it.
And they said they weren't going to do it, yeah. And it's just weird, like, there's just, I'm not going to name names, but there is this legion of cucks on Twitter that is just, you know, rushed to defend this game like crazy. Like, you know, it's really weird. Like, Activision has just, like, this row of fucking cucks that just rush to the game's defense. Like, if you say anything bad about it, it's just like, no. You know? But anyway, that's, I was gonna say more, but I forgot what I was gonna say, and also, we're here to just watch this video. This video probably fucking sucks. It's the SpongeBob movie game. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to intro this one with. A lot is gonna... I know I have, like, this weird little opening, and I talk about something here, but I don't actually remember exactly what this is about. So, as we watch this, it's gonna come back to me, and I can elaborate on this. And one thing I do want to say about this drawing, you know, the artist is like a nice person. Like it's been like a few years since I've spoken to him, but since I spoke to him last, like we were still getting along. Guy's name is like Finn Kennedy, I think, if I'm remembering his name correctly. And yeah, he's a good guy. And his art, if I haven't been following him, but I presume if he's still doing art, it probably looks a lot better than this. So, you know, nothing but love here for you. You know. I'm with you when it comes to making kind of weird drawings and shit, you know? Or weird stuff that you're not super proud of, so don't worry. Anyway, let's stop putting this off.
I was just gonna say as well, this isn't the, even though I think I said in the last episode, like, this is the penultimate one, this is the second last, and the movie game's the last one. This isn't the last one. Yeah. We've still got one more.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure everyone knows it's the Twin Sanity Revisit.
Yeah.
So... We'll get back to that. So this isn't actually the last one. So don't get too excited. We still got one more to do.
We still got a little more to do. We're probably gonna like the Twin Sanity one's probably not gonna be as sort of bombastic as this. Like, you know, this is gonna be the last. It's gonna be like maybe a different video. It might be a little shorter. I'm not sure. I'm still kind of figuring out how exactly we're gonna do that one. But yeah, you know, get hyped for this one. But then the next one, that one's gonna be a little more lax. But yeah. This is good. This is like we're kind of coming up to. I've said this before. Kind of the ending of the arc of the Stimpyland, and when this shit is done, because people, I guess before we start, I'll address this. People were asking what's going to come next. I don't really know, to be honest. Like, the thing is, if you look at my upload schedule on this channel before I started doing the commentaries, like, it's kind of just I upload a video like, you know, every other month or two. It's very sporadic. Sometimes I like the Urusei videos I did pretty close to each other. And then, you know, like, some other videos I just, like, otherwise I haven't made videos in a while. All the Dragon Ball FighterZ ones I've done really quickly, like, the ones that I did and did not commentate. So, yeah, like, it just kind of depends on, like, what I'm doing. You know, I'm not, like, you know, I've said this all before, but, you know, I'm not, like, about to start doing weekly content and shit like that again, you know? That's not my thing. There are plenty of YouTubers that will fill that gap for you, you know? Square Eye Jack is probably the best example to go to, where he kind of does videos, although he kind of does his own thing now. Like, he's gotten, like, a lot better, and he kind of does his own shit. But, you know, if you want videos, like, in the vein of that, or something kind of similar, like, he should satisfy you.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I'm kind of just gonna do my own thing. So, yeah. Anyway. Sorry for the rambly little intro.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna start this video
Can you
a
hear
little
this?
bit different.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a small announcement that's really just for fans of my videos. If you watch me regularly, you'll want to pay attention for the next part. If you're someone who's watching my videos for the
That's
first
us, dude.
time, I'll leave up like a little time code or something
shit.
in the video right here for you to skip to. But to anyone who watches me regularly, this is important. I wouldn't be interrupting a review if it wasn't. So I wanted
shit.
a way to reach my fans and kind of create a small community and whatnot, but YouTube can be pretty restricting, and it's annoying to try and get updates out. Because if I ever want to do it, I have to make a video, when a video really shouldn't be necessary. And a lot of times, people will just skip the update videos. Although the main reason that I'm doing this is because I fucking despise YouTube's community. Not you fans, just the community as a whole on YouTube. Is, you know, you got like your 13% of people that are cool, but then the other 87% are just like fucking animals. And
That's a Bill Burr
random
quote,
number.
yeah. That's a Bill Burr quote. Good shit.
Very cool.
This I think you're starting to see a little bit of me sort of isolating myself from, like, the rest of the internet, you know? Because I did that for some time. Like I said, the sort of anxieties about dealing with the channel, that was, like... It eventually culminated in this, like, you know, like, this straw that broke the camel's back, and I just deleted the channel, you know? Like, it culminated in, like, one moment, that this sort of thing, but... Like, it was something that was led up to. It wasn't like one day I just had a psychotic break and deleted everything. I just, you know, it was something that was building up in me over time, and I think you're starting to see some of that here, a little bit.
Yeah, because you used to have a Facebook, like...
Yes, I think that's actually what I'm
page
announcing
for
here.
the fuck.
So, yeah.
makes me sick. YouTube and Google have done so much just to rip apart this community and make actually having an intelligent...
Oh, yeah, I think this was also around the time, I remember, this was around the time the Google Plus was new.
Yeah.
You remember that? That fucking failed thing.
Everyone fucking lost that shit over there.
People had no idea what to do. Yeah, like, I know a lot of, like, big YouTubers, like, what is it? They, you know, like, what is it? They, like, shut down their comment sections for a while. I know, what is it? There was that one, like, screenshot of someone took, the guy, what is it? A user by the name of Jod, who was one of the original founders of YouTube. You know, he's the guy that did the Me at the Zoo video, like, the oldest video on YouTube, you know? There's, like, a screenshot of him, like, just putting a message on his channel that was like, what the fuck is this? Like, talking about Google Plus. Like, yeah, it was really funny. It was a mess. And I think that's what I'm alluding to here, if I had to guess.
conversation impossible. I mean, they removed video responses for no fucking reason, the comment...
Oh, yeah, the video responses. That's something interesting. I think I talked about this before. I'll bring it up again. Pat Strikes Back. I actually kind of...
Yeah.
Like, he started talking about my videos
this.
because I uploaded one of my reviews as a video response to one of his. And he happened to just see it, and he thought, like, hey, man, cool, you know? And I was like, I don't know what the hell is wrong with him at the time. I don't know why he thought that. It's crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Pat is crazy. But, yeah, fucking...
Very cool.
I uploaded it as a video response. They said that they were removing the video response, you know, like, I think the reason they gave was just that nobody was using it. That, or it was just being, you know, like, used just to... It was being used by, like, manipulative people. Like, you just upload your video as, like, a video response to a more popular one, and, you know, your video would be completely unrelated, you know? So, like, now I kind of get why they removed it. But at the time, it kind of was like, oh, it was kind of a shame to see it go.
Mm-hmm.
But, whatever. It's not, if you ask me, it's not the biggest deal. I think I took it pretty personally at the time, though, because that's kind of how... Pat was the first person I talked to before, like, I started to branch out and, like, talk to all you guys. So I talked to our friend Paul, Fierce the Bandit, he kind of helped me, like, set up streams and everything like that, So, and if it wasn't for the video responses, I might have never actually reached out to him, which is just weird to think, because that was only a few months after I actually... Because I remember that being, like, I sent in the video response, and then we were talking and shit, and then, like, a few months later, they got rid of it, and I'm thinking, like, man, I really dodged a bullet, Like...
Yeah, fucking hell.
Just thinking, especially now I think about that, like, geez, like, what would have happened if, I made the video a few months later, or I didn't upload his video response, and I didn't talk to Pat, and he didn't motivate me to start streaming and stuff like that, or, he didn't do, he didn't help me sort of branch out,
I don't think I would have known who you were.
Yeah,
because
probably not. Because
I found you from, like, the Crystal's Wrath shit that they were doing.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you were in, like, streams with them for that.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, I was.
So that's how I, like, found out who you were.
Yeah.
So if that didn't go through, I would have never...
Yeah, so isn't that just fucking weird to think about?
Mm-hmm.
Life is really weird to sort of think about that, how it's like, one path, it's like that butterfly effect, A butterfly flaps its wings, on one side of the country and it causes a tornado on the other, It's like that, It's like, I always do that, and I think, like, what, like, little things didn't go right today that prevented me from getting, like, my $1 million car, Like, I always think about that. Like, it's, very glass half empty sort of view. But, yeah. I'm not depressed, folks, don't worry.
Thanks
I like
for
to be all dark. Haha.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the philosophy section of this commentary. Now let's continue.
It's required Google Plus and are horrendously broken since you could put links to the comments, and comments are upvoted on the amount of responses they get.
Oh, yeah. They updated the comments to... It was how many responses? I'm pretty sure it's still like that, right? Like, if a comment just gets a lot of responses, it bumps it up to the top of the comments. I still hate the way comments are done on YouTube, because something that bothers me about comments is, now when I do comments, I always like to sort them by newest first, because if you do top comments, YouTube actually censors some of the content, some of the comments, Like,
yeah.
I remember one time, you... This is so stupid. I put up my video of the Dragon Ball FighterZ, what is it, like the Touch of Death compilation, and then you said that you left a comment that said, I want to come on Beerus' head, Which is just great. And then I think I responded and just said, kill yourself or something like that. Like, it was just, and they censored those comments from top comments, but if you sort it by newest first, then they show up,
Yeah.
And, like, even if you heart comments, if it's organized by top comments, it censors them, because YouTube is gay and likes to censor comments, but if you do it by newest first, they don't do it. So, yeah, that was something that I kind of wish they allow you, because that's the thing, if you want to upload a video, every time you have to do it, you always have to remember to set it to newest first, because you can't set it as an upload default, You could set a lot of defaults, like, upload the video, and the title should automatically say this, or the description should automatically say this, or it should automatically have these tags, Like, it'll have that preset, but you can't change it to comments newest first, You have to go on each individual video and go, or view comments, like, allow all comments, organized by newest first. You have to do that every time, and it's a pain. It's almost like they don't want you to use that feature. But yeah.
Blocking someone is completely useless, because all they have to do is make another Google Plus account. The whole thing is just a mess. I honestly just want to turn my comments off, but I don't want to shut people out who, like, genuinely care about my videos. So YouTube comments will stay on for now, but I...
Oh yeah, because I did get rid of them eventually. Although that was for different reasons. That was just because I really couldn't handle the criticism. Like, Yep. Because the thing is, I remember I've said, like, it was like, threats and things like, well, it was never really threats. Like, I didn't get any, I said, like, like, I hope you die. But that's very different from, like, I'm going to find you and I'm going to kill you. That's very different, Like, it wasn't really threats. It was more just, like, those kinds of just, rude statements, like, just really not nice things to say to people. Just kind of awful shit people said to me, and I couldn't handle that. That did happen, but much more often it was actually just criticism. It was people just reacting the way you'd kind of expect them to. If I make this 47-minute video just telling them why they're not allowed to think a certain way, they get very offended, And it's like, you'd kind of
course.
expect them to, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like a lot of it was just me sort of responding to that. It was less. It was less, you know. It was less like actual just like insults. Although there was that, but that really wasn't the problem. I'll admit. But yeah, I've gotten pretty good at that now. Now if ever anyone leaves a mean comment, I usually just ignore it, to be honest. But so like one time I would I'll just respond with the fucking Monica Rial, like thanks for the tweet. I'll just respond with that. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good.
Responding
That's
to
good.
comments anymore. So I made an official Facebook fan page. From now on, this Facebook page will be
Epic.
where I operate. I'll still
In the
look at my
text
YouTube
description.
comments
That's weird.
on occasion, but I won't be
Whoa! Look at that.
responding
Yeah,
to my
sick
YouTube
YouTube
comments
layout.
anymore. Also, if you want to contact me, whether it's just to show me something that you've done or whatever, this Facebook page is the best place to do it. A lot of people have messaged me in my YouTube inbox, and I feel kind of sorry for them since I never
That doesn't
checked
exist anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't. Rest in peace.
thing, and I never will. Also, if you decide you don't want to go to the Facebook page, don't be a cunt and leave comments describing why you won't join the page or how you feel so much smarter than the entire Facebook community.
What the fuck?
I don't care. Just ignore the page then, and don't comment about it, because that's annoying. This will also be the place...
I'm so stuck
You're
up.
so intolerant of anything.
It's
Yeah.
fucking great, dude. I'm just so stuck. Like, it's funny as fuck. Like, I can laugh about it now, but at the time, like, the thing is, I didn't think this was funny at the time, which is funny to
Yeah,
me
I
now.
know.
Like, the fact that now I'm like, oh god, this is so stupid. It's like, you know, don't
just like,
say
no,
you don't want to go to
don't
the
do
Facebook page, you know.
Yeah, don't do things that I don't like, okay? Just do
Yeah.
everything I say, and if you don't want to do everything I say, then just don't exist.
It's so dumb.
Stop.
It's like, yeah, like, just don't leave comments if you don't want to access the Facebook page, you know? Don't ask me when new episodes of the History of Voltage Ventures are coming out. You know, it's like that. It's like, just,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
where I do a lot of updates and whatnot, so don't go in my comments saying, Stimpy, you should review this, or what's your next review, Stimpy, because there's a likely chance I've already hinted at what the next review will be, or you can just ask me about
Which
it
is
again
nothing
while
ever
you're
again.
there.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
find-
why I made 2 videos after this. I did Twinsanity and then the top 20 Spongebob, and that was it. So yeah. Even while I was still active on YouTube, those hiatuses were not abnormal for me to go on. So that is something that I do kind of find interesting. You know, like people sort of have this sort of history, like, oh, he made videos and then he stopped. It was like, no, he made videos and then he disappeared, and then he came back and then he disappeared, and then he kind of did some stuff and then he disappeared for good. You know. But now he's back again, making bomb-ass Dragon Ball Fighters videos and some cute anime videos, you know? Shit like that. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
As hard as I can to respond to your messages and whatnot on the Facebook page as often as possible.
That's a
But
lie.
Keep in mind I'm only human, so I'm sorry if I don't respond to every single little post, but I will try.
Dude, that sounds so... Sorry if I don't respond to every single little fucking post. Bro. Okay? Hey, hon! You know, I sound like so stuck up. It's just fucking weird to watch, dude. Because it's like...
It's funny now, though.
It is funny now, yeah.
Just how
Yes, I know it's restricting,
you're
but
just so intolerant and dismissive to absolutely everything. It's fucking great.
Because if I do shit like this now, you know, I'm either pissed off or joking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
it's also kind of the point, since I've had it up to here with reading 43-line essays about how
I've had it up to here with you!
I am so sick of this crap! Oh, this is me getting upset about comments, I'm pretty sure.
Since I've had it up to here with reading 43-line essays about how I just suck at this certain game and that's why I think it's bad, or how everything I say is irrelevant because I'm ugly or something like that. I've heard it so many goddamn
Very
times
cool.
that it's not even offensive, because I really don't care what people have to say over the internet, and it's just come to the point where it's...
Yeah. Like,
I think you did.
yeah. People, yeah. That's the thing. If someone doesn't care, they don't bring it up. Like, usually that's the thing. Like, if someone has to say a lot, like, I don't care, you know, that they usually do. That's a hint. You know, because, like, I'll just say this right now just because it's a topic of conversation, but now I just, like I said, I ignore comments, I just respond with the Monica Rial copy pasta, you know?
Yeah.
Thanks for the tweet, I have screenshot it, I just respond with that now, so, like, it doesn't bother me, because, you know, because I've kind of been there, you know, because at one point, I was the person on the receiving end, and I was the person on the, you know, on the other side, too, because I used to do that shit. I used to be in people's comment section being like, fuck you, bro, your video sucks, you know? Because I was, like, a shitty little kid. Like, you know, I used to do that, so I understand both sides, so I don't really care. Like, I don't take it personally. You know? But I also don't bring that up a lot. I'm like, I don't care, guys. I'm honest. I don't care. I don't care about your comments. So, like, don't think I don't care because I don't care. Okay? You know, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just an annoyance. It's not even really offensive anymore. And I apologize to all of you that can't make a Facebook page or won't make a Facebook page, but this is the way it's going to be. I am fucking done with YouTube and Google Plus and this stupid bullshit. I strongly recommend commenting on my Facebook page instead of my regular YouTube page from now on, because I just deleted my Google Plus account and I didn't really, you know, bat an eyelash, so...
Oh, did you just be
My phone is...
What was that?
You said bat an eyelash.
Bat an eyelash, yeah.
Isn't it just bat an eye?
No, bat an eyelash. That is an expression. That's like one of those exaggerative ways. Like, I didn't even bat an eyelash, let alone an eye. Is it?
Oh, okay.
Maybe it isn't. I'm pretty sure it is. Wait, what the fuck is this?
It's ringing. Also, this...
What was that? It's a fucking... Oh, yeah, my old ringtone is playing. It was a fucking, like... Someone made a remix of Gaye going, Gaye. I do appreciate that. It was really weird, though. You could tell I didn't go outside very often because, you know, I would have been in the scenario where that thing went off in public and people were like, why is your phone singing about homosexual Benjamin? And then I'd have to change it, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Homosexual Benjamin, yeah.
Yeah.
My phone is ringing. Also, this art you're seeing is made by a badass fan named Finn Kennedy.
Oh, there you go.
Can check
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was him.
out more of his work on his YouTube channel and his DeviantArt, both of which are listed in the description. So on that very positive note, let's start the review. Cue the intro.
Hey! Oh yeah, this video is in this quality, see? So...
STIMPYLAND.
Very
Traveling
cool.
into parts unknown.
It's the last time we're watching this intro, by the way. It's a shame it's in such shit quality.
I
but
know.
yeah.
Now come with me. Join
damn.
me on my
I just have to say one more time, this is a good intro. Well, it doesn't look good here, but this is a good intro. Like, even though it's kind of...
I feel like you've said this
yeah.
in, like, every
I know,
video,
but I just,
yeah.
I like it. Like, Pat did a good job with this, and this was, like, 5 years ago. He's, like, even better
Yeah.
at this shit now. Like, the best part is with the text and the way that you see the fucking flashing images, but, like,
journey to do things.
Yeah.
Away.
like this.
I go.
Wing! That. Like, that's great. You know?
Yeah.
Smart boys. Anyway.
Pee.
Yeah, this video's in 0 quality.
Very cool.
This game's music is cute as fuck, by the way. By the way, what are your thoughts on this game? Just curious.
I've never played it,
Oh, it's not half bad.
so there you go. Yeah.
I'm not, like, crazy about this one. Like, this one's okay. Like, it's surprisingly good for a movie tie-in, but it's not the best thing in the world. That's all you need to hear. It's, like, it's decent. It's okay. It's decent. It's just not the greatest thing in the world. And it does do this really terrible thing where it fucking, you know, something I have not seen since Ratchet and Clank on PS4, taking, you know, clips from a movie and just putting them in the fucking, you know, taking clips from the movie and just
Yeah.
putting them in the game, you know, as like FMVs.
cutscenes?
Yeah,
Yeah. That is pretty gross.
yeah, this does that.
This was made by Heavy Iron as well, right?
Yep, it's the same developer as
Yeah.
BFBB. BFBB.
I think the only SpongeBob games I ever played were Battle for Bikini Bottom, Creature from the Krusty Krab, and just other fucking various Nicktoons games with SpongeBob in them, like
Creature
fucking
from the Krusty
Attack
Krab
of the
ain't
Toy
bad.
Bots.
That game's alright. It's not the greatest thing. I remember
I
liking
can't
it a
remember
lot.
it very well.
I remember
I think I'm pretty sure I liked it a lot as well.
I
as a
loved it
kid,
when I
but
was
can't
little, and I remember,
it
like,
very
I actually played it not too long ago, like, within, like, the past, like, 2 years, and I remember actually being like, oh, this is actually, like, pretty decent sometimes. I wouldn't mind playing it again, actually. But I don't know, it's been, like, too long since I've played it, you know, like, thoroughly.
well. Yeah.
So, yeah. Look at these bitches.
So in case you missed the last entry in this little trilogy of reviews, the last game was badass. Battle for Bikini Bottom was a fucking
Badass.
fantastic...
That gun was badass. Oh my god, that gun was badass. It was totally badass. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to say it, right?
Oh my God. That gum was badass.
Yeah, there you go. See,
The SpongeBob more of a gum.
Can you speak like that for the rest of the video? You know what? No, actually, don't do that. I was about to ask.
I'll
Could you do that? Yeah, don't.
Stick 3D platformer that featured all of your favorite characters from the show, but in a game. A big appeal to this game was being able to explore the locations from the show, so I was a bit disappointed to find out that the next game after Battle for Bikini Bottom was a tie-in with the Spongebob movie. I don't really like the Spongebob movie that much. It just didn't hit me in the same way the show does. I did enjoy the Spongebob movie when I first saw it, but looking back on it now, I just don't think it's that funny. The classic SpongeBob episodes are just as great as they were back in 2002 or whenever the fuck, but the SpongeBob movie feels
Whenever
a bit
the fuck.
dated. Or maybe it's just that the SpongeBob movie feels like it was targeted specifically toward kids, something that classic SpongeBob wasn't.
I actually don't disagree with most of this. I actually kind of get it. Like, yeah. Like, I do feel like this movie, by comparison, is very sort of kiddie, you know? Because something that I don't like about the movie is that it sort of ascribes an age to SpongeBob, because SpongeBob is kind of supposed to be, he's supposed to have like a very sort of ambiguous age. Like he's, you know, he acts like a child, but, you know, he works like an adult and, you know, does other stuff like that, you know? He also goes to school like a child, but he also has to learn to drive like an adult. So, you know, that's his age is the ages of all the characters are supposed to be deliberately kind of ambiguous, you know? But this one, it's like, oh yeah, he's clearly a kid, you know, and he wants to be a man. And it's just like, I don't know, I'm not crazy about that.
But I'm getting a bit off topic here. We're not talking about the movie, but
We are talking about the movie, though. Motherfucker, we are talking about the movie.
now.
God damn it. Sorry, I got close to my mic. Whoa! Yeah, anyway, let's continue. Wait, do you want to say anything about this shit?
About the movie? I don't think I dislike it as much as you do. I think it's like not the worst thing ever. I think it has its moments.
Well, I
but
don't think it's terrible. I just don't think it's that great. Like, it's okay. Like, it's
alright. I don't really
it's not
mind it
worthy
too
of the
much.
SpongeBob moniker, in my opinion. Or at least not that classic SpongeBob moniker, you know? Mm-hmm. That's my opinion.
Well, I don't think it comes close to anything from seasons 1 to 3.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
the game it is based on, so, let's get to that. The SpongeBob movie game was published by THQ and developed by Heavy Iron Studios, the same company that made the last game, Battle for Bikini Bottom. And I loved the shit out of Battle for Bikini Bottom, so it's nice to see that Heavy Iron stuck around. This is a game that I found just difficult to like. I mean, I remember liking it when I was little, but revisiting it now, it's just not nearly as fun as I remember. And while playing this game again, I think I found the answer. What might just be this game's biggest flaw is the fact that it is based on the SpongeBob movie, and keep in mind, this isn't a stab at the SpongeBob movie. See, with other two games in the series, they had their own stories. They could just make up a story, and that gave them tons of creativity to play with. All of the memorable locations from the show that were filled to the brim with character and personality were now interactive.
Character, personality, he says while looking at this. Still looks better than Baby Coco, but this really doesn't look good, dude.
Explorable. This was a huge draw for these games. Being able to explore the dark corners of Rock Bottom or the serenity of Jellyfish Fields was the coolest fucking thing for a kid.
Serenity of Jellyfish Fields? I don't know that that's...
Interesting.
Explore the serenity, I don't think that's... Like, the dark corners of, you know, Rock Bottom, that makes sense, but the serenity of Jellyfish Fields doesn't really make sense. It's more like, you know, like the serene fields of Jellyfish Fields or something, you know? Or it's like, that's just weird. Who cares?
The serene
Also,
landscape.
Yeah, like that. Perfect. There you go. Yeah, it didn't really make sense, but you know what? If we break apart every line that doesn't make sense, we're gonna be here like forever and all time.
These areas were so distinct and different from one another, they stood out and were very memorable. Half of the appeal of these games was the exploration, and now that is completely gone in this game. This game is basing itself off an already existing story, which is its biggest problem by far. See, Battle for Bikini Bottom had 2 whole seasons of fantastic...
By the way, can I just say that I like that there's no granted, I guess I kind of can't, because it's the SpongeBob movie, because it's an existing story, but there's no verbose breakdown of the story, so something that I do appreciate about this video is that we're right into it, you know? Like, which is good. Like, you know, I was getting better. I just was still kind of being dumb, you know? But yeah, anyway.
Content as a template. This game, on the other hand, had a mildly above average...
Whoa, speedy cars outside. I don't know if you heard that. That was weird. I was not listening.
story, which is its biggest problem by far. See, Battle for Bikini Bottom had 2 whole seasons of fantastic content as a template. This game, on the other hand, had a mildly above average 2-hour movie to use as a template. A lot of the game looks the same, a lot of the levels just kind of blend in with each other, and it feels stale. The levels don't feel properly connected. Oh, that is something I have to bring up. This game is linear and straightforward instead of free roaming, meaning there is a set order to play the levels in. There is no hub world, but instead the levels are accessed through a menu. Between levels we get cutscenes that explain the story. But guess what? They're FMVs. Oh wait, even better, they're slideshow FMVs with expository voiceovers.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm not about to defend that.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
game
didn't even want to fucking port over the
Yeah.
the scenes as they were.
Yeah.
It's kind
Well,
of
I think
shitty.
from what I understand, that was due to some rights issues. Like, for example, in this game, you remember David Hasselhoff appears in the movie?
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they could
Well,
change that. That
David
doesn't mean they have to fucking
Hasselhoff
change.
appears in the movie, but in this, it's someone else. It's just they just refer to him as like a famous actor or something. You know?
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
explains to you why you're going to each level, and it's pretty bad. I mean, Jesus, look at how bad some of these FMVs look. You can clearly tell what was a screenshot from the movie, what was just copy and paste clip art, and what was actually drawn.
Like, look at that. Oh, that. See?
Yeah. Oh
You can tell
gosh.
what was a screenshot from the movie, what was
Like, these are
just
like...
copy and paste clip art, and what was actually drawn.
See, like, look. See? That's just like that same picture of Plankton that they just use, like, for everything, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god, David Hasselhoff, what did they do to you? I would often just
Yeah, that was not David Hasselhoff. That was just, you know, like, some actor, right? Like, they didn't actually
Yeah.
say, you know, what his name was, I'm pretty sure.
skip these
Lifeguard
since they were
actor,
dreadfully...
man.
What?
Lifeguard actor, man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god, David
That's what they
Hasselhoff,
call
what
them.
did they do to you? I would often just skip these since they were dreadfully boring and just plain ugly. And when I did this, I missed huge chunks of the story. If you take out these FMVs, you'll just
Oh, look at that fucking picture. That's like the default SpongeBob picture of just that face. You know, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
These really do look bad.
find SpongeBob and Patrick just sort of teleport to different places with no explanation. It's actually pretty hilarious. One minute they're running around in a swamp, the next they're riding on a crown on floating wires, then the next they're fighting a guy on another guy's back, and the levels aren't the least bit coherent at all. It's pretty ridiculous and hilarious. Although just because the FMVs are ugly doesn't necessarily make the levels ugly. Oh my god, this game is otherwise beautiful. Ugly FMVs aside, this game looks great. In fact,
there are some pretty cool, like, impressive, like, it definitely looks better than Battle for Bikini Bottom. Like, it's aged a lot better than that, because Heavy
Yeah.
Iron just understood the tech by this point, you know? Like,
Yeah.
like this whole fucking section with the giant, you know, I remember this in Planktopolis. They have a whole level there, you know, and that shit. Plankton, you know, just sort of, that weird, like, statue thing that shoots lasers, a lot of really cool effects there, you know? Battle for Bikini
Yeah.
Bottom didn't really have that as much.
now that I really think about it, the entire presentation of this game is great outside of those shitty FMVs. While some of the levels look generic, you can tell that in others, Heavy Iron went all out. The best level in terms of aesthetics, and my opinion, is the level Now That We're Men. Look at how fucking sickeningly dark this level is. Just the outlandish designs of the monsters, the eerie dark setting.
is fucking cool.
Music.
And the music is dope, too. Like, listen to that shit. And I'm gonna play the whole thing? Please? Yes? Okay, I'm playing it for way too long. What the fuck? Wait, that was the fucking... That's cute as fuck, dude.
What?
What is it? Just the fact that there's, like, little fucking... That leitmotif, the SpongeBob theme, and this, like... Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, in this creepy fucking music. That's dope. Listen to that.
Oh, let me listen.
That's just
that's
fucking
pretty
dope.
good,
Ah.
That is another strength of this game. Like Battle for Bikini Bottom, this game is accompanied by a great soundtrack. Only this time it wasn't quite as memorable. Pretty much all of the music fits the levels, and a lot of it is really jazzy and catchy, but remember that since a lot of the levels look the same, the respective soundtracks sound the same.
That is true. And also, I don't have much to say. Like, this is, like, fair. It's just kind of, like, weird verbose shit, and it's just, like, you know,
Yeah.
me just kind of, like, just some, you know, like, that song plays for way too fucking long. And there's also just,
Yeah.
like, weird criticisms and stuff, but, you know, it's, like, I kind of agree with most of this, I'm gonna be honest. Like, another thing about the music in this game is that it loops very abruptly. Like, in particular, there's one song that's
Oh,
great,
okay.
that's, like, you're fighting this giant frogfish thing, you know? And it plays this fucking, this banger, the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. People know what I'm talking about. Y'all that have played this game, you know. It's got this dope fucking music, but it loops, like, the loop is awful. Like, it builds up to, like, this big fucking, you know, finale, like, the dun-dun-dun-dun, you know, like, everything is sort of revving up, like, it's gonna lead to this, you know, explosion of sound, like, this final part, and then it just cuts off there, and it just goes back to the beginning. Like, it loops. They pick the worst time to do the loop, and it just sounds, like, bad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in this game, from what I remember.
Yikes.
Yeah, anyway.
And since the game isn't really memorable, the soundtrack doesn't come back to me a whole lot, or not in the same way Battle for Bikini Bottoms did, at least. The gameplay has tons of positive sides, but also quite a few negative sides as well. The controls are carried over from Battle for Bikini Bottom, meaning that they are just as tight as ever. Movement is sharp, jumps are
Tight like
precise,
pussy.
attacking is fluent and doesn't break up the action,
Hell yeah.
and it all allows for fun combat and smooth platforming. You control only 2 characters in this game. Sorry, Sandy. And each of them have unique powers.
XD.
You can unlock powers by giving Goofy Goober tokens
Yeah.
to Mindy. Who is that again? All these powers are really cool, and unlocking them feels
Ariel.
rewarding, but all of the powers, with the exception of one, are just recycled from Battle for Bikini Bottom. A lot of the powers you unlock in this game you already had from the start in Battle for Bikini Bottom. Although I do have to say, something interesting about these powers...
That's the thing, like, this game isn't really... It's weird that I make a lot of comparisons to Battle for Bikini Bottom like that, because this isn't... It's not trying to be the same game, it's a movie tie-in. It's an impressively good movie tie-in, but it's a movie tie-in, you know? So it's like, it's not
Yeah.
trying to be the same game. So, yeah.
powers is that, unlike Battle for Bikini Bottom, these powers can be upgraded. By collecting enough of these weights, you'll get upgrade points, which can be spent on new upgrades for your powers. These upgrades are incredibly useful, and add some great variety as it allows you to adapt the game more towards your style. Example of these upgrades includes allowing your spin to send projectiles back at enemies, increasing the radius of your bubble bowl, or just giving you more health. Although the game usually...
That's the thing that I like, is, like, you can always choose that shit, so, like, you know... You can either just pick a ton of health upgrades and just be a tank, you just tank every hit, you know, that, or you just don't get any health upgrades and instead you just upgrade all the powers, you know, so you're like a glass cannon. It's pretty cute, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for that shit. I like that they let you pick. I don't like it when games they upgrade and you just have to get whatever it gives you, you know? I mean, well,
Yeah.
I don't like hate that, but like you know, there's a way to do that right. There's a way to not do it right. You know, this game I
Yeah,
like that they
'cause
let you
that's-
just pick. But yeah, continue.
That's the thing with that I don't really understand, because you know the whole, I'm gonna bring up Ratchet and Clank here for a comparison, XD.
Yeah.
You know the like raritanium upgrade system that they have in Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah.
Where you just like get raritanium from enemies or like places and shit, and you upgrade your weapons. I don't really like those style things because,
Yeah, I hate that
like
shit.
you said, it's not really like there's not really any paths you can go down to like choose like what upgrades you want. It's just, you know, you will get raritanium and you will upgrade these weapons, and inevitably you will fully upgrade them, and that's it.
Yeah.
There isn't really a choice. Whereas in like a Crack in Time, you know, they have the constructor weapons, which you can actually choose how they function.
Yeah. That shit was great.
You know,
It's stupid they never
Yeah.
brought that back.
I don't know why they haven't ever brought.
Yeah, that was like the best shit in that game.
But yeah,
That shit was fucking great, you know? And they just didn't bring it back. Like,
Yeah.
Crack in Time's got good stuff in it. Like, it's just, I'm not crazy about the style of, like, of that game. Although there's good shit in that game, too. Like, that game's mixed as fuck for me. Like, I like it.
great.
I like it. It's just, there's
Like
some
I said,
things I'm not
I'll-
crazy
I'll-
about, but I like it a lot.
Well, like I said, one day I'll make a hour-long video breaking down why it's good and
Why I'm
the
dumb?
story's fine. Yeah.
I see. Let's continue.
Wait, before we continue, do you want to maybe like refresh the player or something? You can make like a cut here because
allowing
yeah,
your spin
seems
to
fine now.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Do you want to do something to intro back in or something?
No.
and projectiles back at enemies, increasing the radius of your bubble bowl, or just giving you more health. Although the game usually doesn't seem to supply you with what is the adequate amount of points on your regular playthrough, meaning you'll have to grind a lot. It gets
yeah.
annoying quick.
Shit.
Your basic run-of-the-mill levels play pretty damn well. I thoroughly enjoyed the basic levels of this game. Spongebob and Patrick were both very fun to play as. I enjoyed the different abilities they had, and the upgrades that they had were great to play around with. I also loved how challenging this game was. Yes, contrary to popular opinion, I actually really like challenging games, provided it's reasonable. This game turned out to be quite difficult, even though I was a pretty damn
Well,
good...
I think the idea is like this was me kind of, you know, digging at all those fucking haters, bruh. You know, 'cause
Listen,
fucking-
guys, I'm a pro gamer, okay?
Yeah. Well, no, because people...
Stop telling me that I'm not.
I think the idea is, like, I would say I hate this part of a game, and people would say you're just bad at it, and then I say, I'm a fucking pro gamer, dude, okay? I'm really good, you know? Yeah. I think I'm like, I actually like a good challenge, man. You know, like, this shit is gay, but I do kind of... I would say, like, this game is mostly fair, but there is some, like, bullshit with mini-games. I don't know if that's what I'm gonna say, but let's find out.
It's reasonable. This game turned out to be quite difficult. Even though I was a pretty damn good Battle for Bikini Bottom player, I still found myself having tons of trouble with the SpongeBob movie game. This game's challenge reminds me very much of Ratchet & Clank's or Spyro 2's, right up to the cusp of challenging and reasonable, but not crossing the line and being outright ridiculous or just poorly controlled. This game was almost completely justified in its difficulty, and for that I applaud Heavy Iron for doing such a fucking great job on a movie licensed title. But at the same time, there was a multitude of parts of this game I didn't like. They would be, you guessed it, vehicle levels. My grudge with these vehicles aren't actually the vehicles themselves, but rather the fact that the levels don't feel designed to compensate. First there are slides, where SpongeBob and Patrick will get together in a shell, or a crown, or a bathtub? Did I forget that part of the movie? The slides are quite fun for about a minute, but then you still got about an extra 20. These slides will go on for 4 or 5 minutes at a time, and they are way too long.
These are retarded.
Some of these tasks involve you jumping through rings. Say you're 4 minutes and 20 seconds into a ring challenge and you miss a ring, you have to do it
That's
all...
so fucking annoying. 4 minutes and 20 seconds? That's me being totally wacky, dude.
Oh, bro, that's fucking so cool.
Dude, fucking weed! Yeah.
Bro, I just hit this dank nug.
I know.
Like that?
That was like actual coughing, which is funny to me. Let's continue.
4 minutes and 20 seconds into a ring challenge and you miss a ring, you have to do it all over again. There is nothing fucking fun at all about playing long levels over and over again.
The shortest... That was weird. I put that in a little footnote because I forgot to say it.
All about playing long levels over and over again.
The shortest time challenge in this game is still 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah, fucking Jesus. They are really goddamn long.
Exclamation.
Speaking of tedious and annoying gameplay, there's also the paddy wagon. I really didn't care for this thing. The controls were pretty tight, yeah, but it felt too slow. It felt like it was too difficult to really gain and keep any sort of high speed when you're not using these little nitro boosters. If you tried to turn in the slightest direction, you would lose practically half of your speed. It's confusing me! Some of these
What the fuck was that?
Nice.
tasks are also just really
Very cool.
Well, wait, what the fuck is this? Hold on.
It's confusing me! Some of these tasks are also just really stupid. Hell, the entire way you progress through the game just feels crappy. In the game you have to collect Goofy Goober tokens, which are already weird on its own, but to progress you need to give these tokens to Mindy the Mermaid in exchange for the new powers which you need to continue through the levels. However, there are also certain minigames you can play, and after completing these
What?
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, yeah.
She plays... Yeah. I don't know about...
I was kind of looking at this... Dude, look at the
game.
quality of this footage. I'm sorry, but look at that.
That's pretty
No,
cool.
yeah, it actually was her voice, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
to turn in the slightest direction, you would lose practically half of your speed. It's confusing me!
I don't know what this joke is.
Some of
but
these
yeah.
tasks are also just really stupid. Hell, the
I'm kind of distracted by this dope-looking challenge. I like the idea of, like, having challenges like this. I think some of these were a fucking pain in the ass, though. You know, like, these, like, little ring challenges that you do. But it's a cool idea.
The entire way you progress through the game just feels crappy.
Guide
In
your
the game,
cum
you have
through the rings.
What?
Guide your cum through the rings.
Yep.
That's
to
what you're
collect
doing.
Goofy Goober tokens, which are already weird on its own, but to progress you need to give these tokens to Mindy the Mermaid in exchange for the new powers which you need to continue through the levels. However, there are also certain minigames you can play, and after completing these minigames you get tokens from Mindy. Getting these tokens doesn't feel that rewarding since there's like no fucking reason to do half of these missions. It doesn't feel like you're progressing through the story, but instead just doing asinine stupid tasks that ultimately don't feel like they get you anywhere. The whole way the game connected...
It's not like Battle for Bikini Bottom made a ton of sense when it had just giant gates with, you know, emblems of floating spatulas on them. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, this gate will only open if you acquire 15 of this specific item. It's like, I don't know why I thought that was... Because it's just weird that that game's collectible, you know?
Yeah, golden spatulas.
If it was, you got, like, however many, like, little, like, pieces of, like, the chum bucket key, and then you got to go in there, that would make sense, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, who cares? We're, like, too late to that conversation. Well, actually, there is Rehydrated. I don't care. Let's just keep watching this video.
It just feels kind of unnatural. It doesn't even feel like a standalone game, but more just the SpongeBob movie mod for Battle for Bikini Bottom. Does this game hold up today? You know, this game I was really on the fence about. Revenge of the Flying Dutchman ultimately didn't, Battle for Bikini Bottom ultimately did, but I'm really down the middle on this one. There's a lot of shit I like in this game, and there's a lot of shit I also don't like. I love the upgrades for SpongeBob and Patrick, I love some of the combat and the platforming, and I really like the challenge, and the levels looked and sounded fantastic. At the same time, I hated how much of the game looked the same. I hated the stupid vehicles or how dreadfully long their levels could be. I hated the shitty FMVs, and I hated the absurd tasks. So I ask again, does this game hold up today? While I don't personally like this game that much, I will say yes, it does. Because this game was so surprisingly challenging and because it was pretty damn good for a fucking movie licensed video game, I say yes, this game does hold up. Now for my final words in this little SpongeBob trilogy. I think the best game of this series was Battle for Bikini Bottom. Fantastic levels, music, cutscenes, bosses, abilities, playable characters, and so much more. This game was just fucking outstanding, and it was just as legendary as the show it was based on. A runner-up would be the SpongeBob movie game. This game doesn't really feel like a game dedicated to the SpongeBob movie, but rather a SpongeBob movie mod for Battle for Bikini Bottom.
I did just say that in the review, but I guess it is a good point. I don't really know. The way I see it, they wanted to make a movie tie-in, and they just decided to use all these assets that they had, you know? Like, why make a bunch of new shit when you have this, like, perfectly good engine around, you know? And I don't mind. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's really good for a movie game tie-in, like, by those standards. It's not the greatest game in the world, but, you know, it's surprisingly decent. It's got some bullshit, but I don't know. I can't imagine being worked up about it. Let's continue.
This game was pretty on and off with its positives and negatives, but by the end, the positives pulled through. It's challenging, the upgrade system is awesome, the levels of music kick serious ass, and also, it's a movie-licensed video game. For a game based on a movie, it's pretty damn good. Because, again, movie-licensed video games generally don't turn out very good, so this game makes a pleasant surprise in that regard. Then last, and unfortunately also least, is Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. This game captured the charm and personality of the show so well, much better than the movie game ever did, but while the movie game's gameplay pulled through, this game's gameplay didn't. At all.
Neither did
the music
font.
is repetitive, the costumes are generic, the models look pretty bad, and it's also just pretty damn short. Now, I know there are plenty of other SpongeBob games out there, and I will definitely come back to review some of them.
Nope.
Super Sponge,
No, you won't.
Creature from the Krusty Krab, and Lights Camera Pants are all on my wish list of games I'd like to
Holy
eventually
shit.
review. But
Hey.
for right now, I want to take a break from SpongeBob. Do not worry, I promise that this
Look at this
video will
fucking
not
sick
be the last
speedrun
of
footage,
SpongeBob you
bro.
see on this channel. But
Nice.
I want to take a break, so yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
Wait, that's funny. What did I just say? I wasn't paying attention.
I'd like to
This
at
one.
all. The music is repetitive, the costumes are generic, the models look pretty bad, and it's also
Green
just pretty
rectangle.
damn short.
Yeah, dude.
Now, I know there are plenty of other SpongeBob games out there, and I will
Oh,
definitely
dude, what the
come
fuck? I
back
just realized this was like a little TAS or something, I'm pretty sure. I was like, look at this footage.
to review some of them. Super
Yeah.
Sponge, Creature from the Krusty Krab, and Lights Camera Pants are all on my wish list of games I'd like to eventually review.
It looks
but
fucking
for right
sick.
now, I want to take a break from SpongeBob. Do not worry, I promise that this video will not be the last of SpongeBob you see on this.
It will. Oh, shit. Well, actually, technically.
No, it
technically
isn't.
not,
No,
because we had
no,
top 20
yeah.
SpongeBob, but, you know, this is the last SpongeBob game. Like, all these games that were on my
That
wish
video
list.
doesn't
Fuck, you know, I should really review these games now. Now I kind of want to talk about these. Fuck. Well, I'll do that someday, but not today. Or anytime soon. Or ever. Anyway, let's continue.
channel. But I want to take a break, so yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
Anyway, let's see. Is there any meme at the end?
Epic.
I don't think there is.
Hey.
Okay. Well.
Hey.
Hey. Hey. Hey. Okay, you want to say anything about that video?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't really actually have much to say at
Yeah,
all. It's,
same. Like, that video is actually just kind of decent. Like, here's the thing. I probably could have said more. I could have rephrased a lot of what I said. But and the whole, like, me in the beginning just being like, don't leave mean comments. That was probably, like, the most that we had probably had more to say about that than anything else. You know, because there's a lot more going on there. That video was just, like, it was okay. Like, it wasn't that bad at all, you know? Like, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have much to say about that video. Like, it was actually kind of decent. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think after realizing that, after just seeing that, I think that, you know, even if the top 20 SpongeBob episodes, like, video was still around, I don't think that's good grounds for like a Stimpyland commentary.
Yeah, it's
Now
not.
that I think about it, because I haven't seen that video in like forever, but from memory, it was just you listing off, you know, your top 20 favorite SpongeBob episodes and talking about why you liked them so much.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the
I
thing.
don't think-
I wouldn't have much to say about them. You know? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
no, it's just
I
wow,
would
man.
just-
Good
the only
list.
thing I would be able to say is I don't agree with that choice. I do agree with this choice. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
But yeah. Anyway.
very interesting. So we're just gonna jump right into questions then.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Sick.
Question time, everybody. You wait. Oh.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. My voice didn't let me do what I wanted to do just then. Holy shit!
Oh my
I wanted
God.
that to not.
That was terrible. I was gonna be like, okay, let's do it. Let's do the funny meme, and then you did that. It's like, okay.
And then I tried to go like woo, like really loud, but my.
Oh my god, that was terrible. That was fucking awful, dude. Why though?
Oh my god!
Okay, anyway, let's do these questions now.
Holy shit, that was awful.
Let's get this over and done with. I want to go to bed. God damn it. Okay,
Okay.
anyway. Alright, viewer question time. Let's get this over and done with. Kirby GameCube asks, I found Michael's old Twitter a while back, and I'd just like to ask, does he really have 3 balls? I'm gonna pretend I... You know what, I'm not actually. I have no idea what you're referencing. Probably some unfunny joke I made on, like, my old Twitter. God, that Twitter. What the fuck? I just realized. Old Twitter, because I had one for a while, and I deleted it, because I hate Twitter. Twitter's, like, the worst social media. I deleted it.
Uh-huh.
And, like... What the fuck could he have been... That's weird. Did I have a... I must have had a Twitter before the one I'm thinking of, because I deleted that one. You know, and I deleted it like a while ago, like, it was, you know, before this guy would have left his comment. Although he says a while back, so I don't know if he's referring to the same one. I don't know, it was probably some unfunny joke, I don't remember it, so I don't know.
That's interesting as well.
Sure,
because
I have 3 balls, why not? Let's go with that.
That's interesting though, because this is kind of like a backwards joke of a Borderlands joke, which I don't think you ever played, so that's kind of funny if that was a joke you made. In the first Borderlands game, there's a character called Nine Toes. He's like a boss, and when in the way bosses work in Borderlands is you fucking... I'd love to play the clip of me speaking drunk about Borderlands right now, but I won't.
Yeah, I don't want to hear
the way bosses work is they kind of have like an introductory cutscene and then a big like text, like fucking fancy text comes up on the screen with their name, and then they have like a little subtitle under their name. And with Nine Toes, with that boss, it flashes his name on the screen, and then it says he also has 3 balls.
Nice.
So it's like, he took one of his toes and put it. There you go.
Cool.
Thanks for listening.
Funny joke, okay. Next question. Oh, this question I don't even... Well, we kind of answered this one in the episode. What do you think of Creature from the Krusty Krab? I kind of already answered it in the episode. It's been too long since I've played it. I kind of need to play it again, but I played it relatively recently and thought it wasn't half bad. So, I don't know. I'd like to try it again someday, but not now. It might be good,
Yeah,
I don't
I used
know.
to like it a lot.
And yeah, when I was little, I loved it, so, yeah. Anyway. Next question. Just Another Video Gamer says, this might be a dumb question. Are you going to review the new Spyro Crash games and the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom remake, like ever? And, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to get it. I'm probably not going to do, like I've said this before, but I'm not going to do it like, I'm not going to be doing Stimpyland-esque videos anymore. Like, I'm not going to do videos like that, so... If I review those games, it's not going to be like that. It's probably... my approach to reviewing those games now would be very different. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Skid is in my roller. Questions. Any post-movie SpongeBob episode you don't hate? I'm sure there are some. Like, I haven't hate everything I've seen. Like, I know the first episode...
I think it's kind of
like Fear of a Krabby
Sorry.
Patty, I think it was. Like, the first, season 4 episode. That one's not half bad. There's a few that aren't half bad.
I think it's kind of an unpopular opinion, but I really like fucking... Is it just called Have You Seen This Snail?
Gary episode? Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Gary, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like that episode, especially for the song. It's just like it's goofy and wacky, and it's also really sad. And I don't mind it, but I don't think that's a popular opinion. I think a lot of people really don't like that episode.
It's been too long since I've seen it. I wouldn't really be able to judge. And then he says, favorite Ween album. Oh, boy.
Hell yeah.
Boy, you can't just ask a question like that. I want to go to bed, alright? I can't fucking be expected to answer a question like this. Probably White Pepper. There. Liam.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
White Pepper.
Or the Mollusk.
Oh, fuck.
Or Pure Guava.
For me, it changes a lot. See, I think the Mollusk is their best album, but I don't know if it's my favorite.
Yeah.
I
don't
I'd
know,
say
like,
at least
I like most of them. Like, I can say the
Yeah,
ones
no,
that it's not.
I don't-
It's not God Means Satan. It's not the Pod, and it's not fucking what is it? 12 Golden Country Greats. I actually don't think that one's that bad though.
it's probably not La Cucaracha either.
Yeah, I don't like that one either. Well, it's okay.
Well, there's some good
like, there's some good songs on there. Yeah.
There are some good songs. There are just some shitty songs as well. I don't know. For me, I'd say my favorite album, at least right now, is probably Chocolate and Cheese. I've been listening to like most of the songs I've been listening to recently are off that. But I've also been listening to a whole lot more songs from the pod actually, and there's a lot of songs in there I like. But I think their best album is The Mollusk. I think my favorite usually goes between Chocolate and Cheese and Pure Guava.
Interesting. I like.
Goes between those two.
I remember for the longest time, Pure Guava was like my absolute favorite, and I still like that album a lot. But yeah, I also like the other ones too. I don't know. It's weird. So yeah, thanks for your question. All Out War asks, I remember watching your old reviews way back when I got back into Crash and Spyro in 2013 and being really bummed that your videos committed Stimpyland and you stopped uploading content in that vein. Then I had the urge to rewatch your CTR review a few weeks ago when Nitro Fueled came out, and I was pleasantly surprised to see these commentaries pop up in the search feed. It's been fairly entertaining and eye-opening binge watching them. Especially since I see some similarities to how you describe your past self and how I used to be. I've seen a lot of comments like that of people being like, you know, oh man, you know, I kind of realized that, you know, I'm watching your videos and, you know, it's kind of made me think about how I used to act too, and that's good. You know, I like the fact that this is, you know, sort of inspired sort of self-improvement without people. What did I just say? Inspired self-improvement within people. That's what I tried to say. There you go. I like that it's done that. That's something that's made me happy. That's probably the biggest positive to come from this, I think. So yeah. Mainly with the holier-than-thou attitude that I used to have with my opinions. Yeah, that was... I was not the only person like that back then, I'll guarantee that. Anyway. But then he says, but anyway, I just wanted to ask you, what do you think will become of Crash and Spyro after the remakes? I don't know. That's the thing. Do you think they will continue to be popular with new installments, or do you think that a few years Crash and Spyro will be forgotten again? I don't know, to be perfectly honest. I was optimistic at first, but I guess it's just this new Nitro Fueled update that's just got me pissed, you know, with these retarded baby characters and the fucking microtransactions, and then it's just like, man, if Crash was gonna come back for shit like this, I really would have wished that he stayed dead, you know? Like, fuck.
Yeah.
That shit bothers me. But, and the thing is, it's funny, because I remember there was... I know when Beamask made a video, you know, that guy, he made a video he made a video actually about Insane Reignited, which are fantastic videos that I would definitely recommend you watch. I agree with almost everything he says. Almost. And he says something like, you know, he shows this one clip that's great of, it was Jason Rubin, it was during the hype of, like, you know, they were doing the press for Insane Trilogy, and he was saying, you know, like, the one thing is, you know, we still have to see if you take one of these old characters and can you make them relevant beyond the nostalgia. That remains to be seen. He says something like that, and his co-hosts are just like, I think Crash is a cool character, you know, like, it's just, they didn't really know how to respond. It was just like, you know, he was just like, yeah, you know, I honestly am kind of thinking of that as well, you know, it's just like, I don't know if these games, you know, like, what is it, I feel like Insane Trilogy only exists for me to go, hey man, I really like those PS1 games, you know? They don't have much going for them on their own.
It's because they don't have much new content to them. Like, there's Stormy Ascent, and then there's, like, the...
Future Tense,
the
and they
Crash
both
3,
suck.
Future
I hate them.
Tense.
I hate those fucking levels. Like, Stormy Ascent, they shouldn't have put it in the game, and Future Tense is a fucking pain in the ass. I hate it. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I would really prefer if they stopped doing remakes and just tried to make a new game. Like they've proven to us that they somewhat know what they're doing when it comes to remaking these games. You know, it's very bumpy. They're not perfect, but they've proven that they understand the idea of how to, you know, make a Crash Bandicoot level or fucking make, you know, levels in Spyro the Dragon. So now I want to see them take that and make a new game with all of their own original content, and that will, you know, fucking that'll stand the test of time of, you know, does this character still have relevance?
If they make a
good game still exist?
If they make a new game, you know, that'll answer the question. You know, that's something that I have noticed. I think we're in the age of sort of the remake right now. Like, we've seen a lot of games, you know, we've seen a lot of games come back, but very few of them have actually come with new content. And that's the thing, like, the games that, like, you know, the times where we do get new games, for example, Sonic Mania, a new game that's, it uses, like, content from the old games, but, you know, it's interesting, you know, like, I don't know how much you know about Sonic Mania, but a lot of the stages are returning stages from previous games, and there are a couple new stages. And the returning stages have all been, you know, completely reworked. Like, they all have new gimmicks and stuff like that going on in them. So you took this old game, you know, this old classic style of Sonic, you know, before, like, there was the homing attack and the god-awful story and these stupid character designs and everything like that. You know, you just have the old Sonic, the good shit, you know? And you just, you know, you try and make that relevant today, you know? And in my opinion, I love that game. I think Sonic Mania is fantastic. And I am not even that crazy about the Genesis games. And, like, I think Sonic Mania was great. You know, I think that is an example, like, it is possible to bring an old character back, you know, and make them relevant beyond nostalgia. Because I think that is just a good game. Because I don't have any nostalgic attachment to the Sonic games, you know? And I fucking love Sonic Mania. I think that's a great game. So, yeah. I think it is possible, but, you know, whether or not it can happen with... Whether, you know, it's possible, but I don't know if I have, you know, faith in Activision and VV and Beanox and Toys for Bob and whoever else is going to be developing these games. I'm not sure that they'll be able to do it. Toys for Bob probably can. They're actually pretty good. But VV and Beanox kind of suck. So, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Nom12399 says...
Well, yeah, thank you very much for the question, All Out War.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for the question, All Out War. Sorry, I'm just a little tired. I just want to get through these really quickly. Anyway, Nom12399 asks, I remember the STIMPYLAND Twitch saved videos. There was one where you made up lyrics to Downtown Bikini Bottom about touching butts. Yes, there was a thing. Interestingly, the person that clipped that is actually someone that I talk to now, like... Someone that I've been friends with for some... Yeah, he's, like, in our Discord server, and we talk to him and shit, and he's really fun. He posts the best images. I'll put one on the screen now.
He does.
Whatever he posts, I'll just put one. I'll think of one that he's posted, and I'll put it on the screen. And he, as it turns out, he was the one that actually clipped that all those years ago, and I didn't even realize that. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So, yeah.
Well, I don't know if he was the one who clipped it. I mean, probably,
well, no,
he was the one who requested the... But he requested the song, because it was a song request.
I'm pretty sure he clipped it, but yeah.
Well, yeah, no, but that was what that was as well.
I see.
It was the song, because you had, like, song requests set up in your streams. Because I watched this, like, recently when he was fucking telling me, like, he told me about this.
I didn't, so I'll get to take your word.
He told me about this, and then I watched it, and then, you know, I saw it, and it said, like, oh yeah, fucking Downtown Bikini Bottom requested by Killer Floyd. And then I was looking at the chat, because you had the little chat box, and there was other messages being typed, and there was one message there by the Hidden Valve, and I was like, in a call with Chris, and I was like, holy shit, that's me!
Yeah. There I am, Gary, there I am!
Username.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Anyway, thank you for the question, Nom12399. Big ANF. Big Anf. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that name. He says, what are your least favorite SpongeBob Season 1 episodes? That's a good fucking question. I don't know. I like most of them. I like them a lot.
That is a good question.
I guess I'm not crazy about Scaredy Pants or Valentine's Day. I don't know why I'm not crazy about those episodes. Like, for some reason, I just don't remember them as well. I don't know why.
Scaredy Pants is probably my least favorite. Although Season 1 has my all-time favorite episode of all time, which sounds like a cop-out because it's the first episode, but I fucking love it. Fuck you. Fuck
Normie
you.
spotted.
Fantastic.
Kill all normies.
It's fucking fantastic. No. Listen.
No.
SpongeBob Season 1, Episode 1, Help Wanted. It's such a good episode, and if you disagree, I'm gonna fucking kill you!
Okay, well, my favorite episode, the best one, and you're not allowed to disagree, or else I will shoot you in the fucking head and fart in your face. I'll shit down your fucking, I'll cut your head off and I'll shit down the hole.
Very cool.
Very, very sexual, yes. My favorite episode is SB129, currently. I like that episode quite a bit. That one is... That is literally the most Kino episode of all time. It's actually just amazing.
Sucking Balls 129. I also love Rock Bottom. Rock Bottom, my
Yes,
second
that's
favorite.
another good one. That's the thing, I can't talk about which episodes I don't like, because I get distracted to talk about the ones I like. But even Scaredy Pants and Valentine's Day, those are funny episodes. Like, I think they're pretty good,
Those are, yeah.
Yeah,
they're good. They're just kind of like the weakest of the bunch, I think.
Yeah. But even those have, like, funny moments. I've come for your pickles. I like that joke. Anyway. Thank you for the question. And the last question, Krim, what have your thoughts been on rewatching all of your old reviews? So I don't know, this is kind of like a vague question. I'm not sure exactly what it means. Like, thoughts been on rewatching all of your old reviews, like... What have my thoughts been...
I
what
guess...
have my thoughts been on the reviews? Because if that's the question, then it's like, just watch the videos. Like, there's like 10 hours, over 10 hours of content there.
I think...
But I think, how...
I think what he's asking...
Yeah, you say.
I think what he's asking is, how has the viewing experience been for us going back and watching these?
I think I did talk about it in a previous episode.
Like, overall.
Yeah. I think I did talk about it in a previous episode, but I guess I'll just say it again here. Surprisingly positive experience. A lot more positive than I thought it would be. I didn't think people would be very receptive to me making videos again. Like, I didn't think people would appreciate this. I thought people would just kind of be like, oh yeah, we all fucking heard it, man, shut the fuck up, you're sorry, we got it, like, I thought that would happen, but no, it's been a very positive experience. And, also watching the videos has been very pleasant as well. Like, I've found that...
Yeah.
Because, I tried to isolate myself from them for some time, tried to kind of, pretend that they didn't exist, pretend that they didn't happen, but now just sort of acknowledging that they did happen, honestly, it now allows me to move past them. Like, now I can very comfortably just say, like, I can just look at, because I used to be kind of anxious whenever I'd see re-uploads of my videos floating around, and now I can look at them and just be like, cool, like, I don't have an opinion, like, now that's just good, It's like, you face, whatever problems you got, rather than running away from them, you just face them head on, and that allows you to move past them, To defeat the Stimpyland, I must become the Stimpyland, That's what has happened. So now it's good, because now this has also been a very eye-opening experience for me on just making content again. Because I think I mentioned this, my Urusei video, well, not the top 5, it was just 5 episodes you should watch. That video originally was a very different kind of video, because it was originally going to be something completely different. But, it was still kind of a countdown of episodes of that show. And my original descriptions of those episodes were a lot more Stimpyland-esque. Like, they were a lot more sort of verbose, and they went into weird details that didn't really matter, But granted, I went back in and I kind of edited those, and I managed to cut them down. And then that video was reworked like crazy into the video that we have now. So I had something like that kind of happen, and I realized, like, this is sort of reinforced, like, how important doing things like that, like, oh yeah, make sure your videos don't have a bunch of stupid criticisms that don't make sense, or make sure that, your videos... Make sure that the shit is fucking coherent, like, it's kind of... It's reinstated that in my mind. And
make sure you're actually proofreading your scripts.
Yes, exactly.
And double-checking everything.
Yeah, so it's been...
Sitting on ideas for a while.
Yeah, sitting on people's faces for a while, just doing that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it's been... So in that respect, it's been very eye-opening. In a good way, It's been like, I realized, okay, here's what you should and should not do. So yeah. I talked about this way more in detail in another episode, so, yeah.
Dude, you should fucking, like, Skillshare, that shit.
Yeah.
I know, we're not monetized and we don't get sponsors, but you should join Skillshare, and you can have, your own, like, lessons, like your own masterclass on, here's how you don't do what I did.
Here's how you don't review Crash games, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How do I review Crash games? Yeah.
Anyway, very cool.
Well, thanks for your questions, everybody. This has been fun.
So next time,
And next time, yeah, we're probably going to do a little bonus video. A little bit of Batman reviews. The fucking...
yeah,
The collab I did with him. Chadman reviews.
more like Chadman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of that shit. Just going to have a nice little bonus episode. So, yeah. Look forward to that. And, yeah. Take care, everybody.
Cool.
You don't have a... You don't... Okay, well, there's your meme. I was going to say you don't have a meme, but... Yeah, okay, good.